That's Sarah sprinting down the hallway because she has to be on TV. And
do you know that Becky Worley's an extreme rugby and soccer player?
You are?
Yeah, well, I've got my athletic hoodie on now to prove it.
Should we? Is anyone changing in there?
No.
Okay, then let's go in there.
All right, come on in.
Good morning,
Amazing things
Periscope.
just happened in here. Wow. So, hello, Periscope. Yes.
Yes.
That's where we are.
Spend low or YOLO. You've
Yes.
been here all week long. This is such a fun series.
We do these like splurge or saves from time to time, and they're always great because everybody wants to know, like, why would there be $50 deodorant as we had on the air yesterday, as I embarrassed myself as the deodorant tester. Yeah, I needed a new brand, apparently. But I don't need the $50 version.
Right.
That was like, what do you get for $50? Nothing more.
Yeah.
What do you get for, let's see, the other one we did was...
Blowout hair.
Oh, yeah, we did the $500 haircut versus the supercuts.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing experience to get a $500 haircut. But when we actually asked people on the street, could they tell the difference between the two haircuts? No.
Wow.
No. I mean, it's, like, you just could not tell.
Right.
Now, today, we're
Yes.
switching into the hoodie. Guys, the lowly hoodie. As you may recall, it got its sort of claim to fame in the Rocky movies.
Yes.
Bill Belichick of the Patriots wears his hoodie on the sidelines. If it's hot, I want to let you know he wears the cut-off hoodie.
Right.
I don't really understand that, but apparently it's meaningful to Bill. Mark Zuckerberg has brought the hoodie to prominence in Silicon Valley. I mean,
Bring it into the workspace.
oh, that you cannot get VC funding if you wear a coat and tie. You have got to wear a hoodie.
Right.
So, today, we have been apprised of a situation that's happening called a $1,400 hoodie.
That's like, so I could get a $1,400 hoodie, or I could afford to live in New York for a month.
Right.
So
It is seriously a mortgage payment.
it is.
$800 hoodies, $365 hoodies. We hit the mall, although it's apparently the Paramus Mall is no longer the Paramus Mall. It's the Westfield Garden Center Paramus Experience.
Okay.
We went there. We went there. Thank you, Westfield Mall people.
Yeah.
We went there. And we spoke with the patrons. Yet again,
Mm-hmm.
very few. I think it was like 60% said, oh, that one's the more expensive one. And mostly it was because it had like gold embellishments and they could tell like it had like, it was trying to look a little fancier, this one that we tested.
Right.
It was a Montclair $365 hoodie versus a Gap hoodie.
Wow. And not everyone could tell the difference.
Now, most people could not tell the difference. I mean, well, the thing about it, 60% could tell, 40% couldn't, but it was over $300 more.
Right.
And it's not like it's made out of cashmere.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you though. So, you've worn both. You've worn the gamut.
Yeah.
Of, can you feel a difference like when you're wearing it?
No.
That's the crazy part to me, because I could understand spending not $1,400 on it, but like maybe you know,
100.
right? Yeah. If when you wear it, it's like, oh, this is
Most amazing thing.
yeah, yeah. I mean, and it's interesting too because like, you know, Kanye's new like line is a lot of hoodies and like baggy pants and stuff like that, and they look like distressed, but it's exactly what you're saying. You're paying like hundreds of dollars for it.
Well, we spoke with Lori Bergamatto over at Good Housekeeping. She's their fashion guru, and she had such an interesting point, which is, you know, like 7 years ago or 5 years ago, it was all about the tightest skinny jeans and the highest heels. And now we're really taking athleisure into that fashion space where you're seeing stars wearing all of these really comfortable clothes, but they want to do it in a high brand name.
Right.
And so that's where that trend is coming from, is that the pendulum has shifted from the skinny jeans and the high heels to comfy, baggy sneakers, all that kind of stuff, but now designers want it.
Interesting.
So that's why this is happening.
Yeah, but, and we'll see this a little later in the show, I think Ginger and Sarah are both going to be wearing different ends of the spectrum sweatshirts, hoodies.
Hoodies.
And we are going to have to decide.
Don't call it a sweatshirt.
I know, I'm sorry, there's a hood involved, obviously.
I was like, I don't know if it's because I'm excited that Vanilla Ice is on
Dancing
on
with the
Dancing
Stars.
with the Stars, but I feel like I need to be rapping.
Yeah.
sometimes. Don't call it a sweatshirt, yo.
Ice, ice, baby. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh my god. To see Paula Ferris break into that yesterday, it was so fun.
It has been a very fun week. You've been here all week, which is obviously like takes it to the next level. But then Paula and Sarah and
it's
Sarah
different energy because if you think about it, Lara's out with her hip. Robin's on vacation. Michael's out. So it's been sort of an interesting. It's like Amy and George, to be on the set with them. They're so mellow and they're so calm. It's really like, hi guys. I mean, it's so calm.
Right.
And then you've got those crazies of Paula and Sarah being here, and I had a little to that. So it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a fun cast of characters. I want to ask you while we're here. So you've done some like pretty bizarre things for the show. Aside from like the
pit sniffing yesterday.
I think I recall one time you getting into a bath of ice water.
Oh yeah, I did the ice therapy, which was a technique called cryotherapy, where they put you in a chamber that's negative 270 degrees, and they say it hyperstimulates your metabolism and all this stuff. And I was saying, you just get in an ice bath. So I did a live ice bath from my own bathtub at home. I have worn on the show caffeinated pants. I have tested snake repellent. I have ascended a rock climbing wall in tights. I have smashed a piano with a sledgehammer. I have poured coffee on my laptop. I mean, really, I've had a helicopter follow me across the Bay Bridge in San Francisco while racing with a 75-year-old man.
Great.
In my minivan. I just love this job. I mean, I can't even tell you. I mean, that's just to even scratch the surface of things that I've gotten to do in this job that are just like, you got to be kidding me.
Is there a line that you won't cross? Is there a bridge that you won't go over in a minivan?
Yeah, I think one of the things that I kind of think was one of the dumber things I've done. Got a ride, the first ride. From a media outlet in the Google self-driving car back in 2010, I think.
Wow.
It was.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to test it, and I told them, okay, you drive the car, let the car drive itself, and I'm going to step in front of it in a crosswalk. Or not even in a crosswalk. It's not even thinking it's going to stop.
Yeah.
And I want to see if it stops. And so I just took the big step right in front of the car, and I just was like, in the middle of it, I was like, why am I doing that?
and it worked out. Yeah.
But in hindsight, maybe
that was like a little bit, but it's great television, so I'm sure all the bosses around here were like on the edge of their seats. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Exactly.
No,
Exactly.
I mean, you do crazy things when you make television, and sometimes you're willing to do anything that makes good sense for me, you're testing a product. If I can really demonstrate how something works, I will go to almost any lengths because I really want to make it visual, and that's super fun for me, and I know it resonates for the viewer.
Right, exactly. We're watching it, and it does its job.
Yeah.
It tells the story, but it's engaging and honest, and it's information that people want to know.
I have a really fun job.
You do, and you make it fun for us as well. So I wish she's on the West Coast, normally.
Yes.
It would be so much more fun around here if you were here every day. I wish you were.
Now that my kids are older, I come more often.
Which is, I know.
Although my kids say, Mommy, ABCD gets too much of you.
ABCD. That's great. Well, we're happy to have you whenever you can be here. So thank you, Becky.
My pleasure.
A little bit later on the show, we got to find out.
Hoodies.
Is this the... How much? Okay, so what are the prices of the hoodies today?
The ones today, I think there's a $800 one, a $350 one, and then your standard $25, $30 one.
That's insane.
So you tell me if you can tell the difference.
I want to. I'm excited to see it. Yeah.
This one's $35 from Uniqlo.
I mean, that's incredible.
See?
And it's really cute too. Yeah. My goal today is to leave here with a $1,400 sweatshirt, just as kind of like a bonus for myself.
I think you're gonna take that.
Perfect. Yeah, just keep it kind of on the DL, except that now all of Periscope knows as well.
we won't let the seniors know.
Perfect. All right, Periscope. I want to bring you guys this way because we just passed a very interesting cast of characters in the hallway, even more bizarrely dressed than the hoodie. Thank you, Becky.
Bye, guys.
So also today on the show we are celebrating the launch of some new Star Wars themed products, and I hope they're still over here, please, for the love of God, because I like Star Wars. I'm a Star Wars guy. I'm not like a huge fan. I've never worn any of the costumes. No.
Oh, no.
Let me see. They might. I mean, there's a small chance that there's some remnants, or maybe we can see them out the window. Let's look.
I can't really see.
Can't really see them. Anyway, we have like somebody dressed up as Obi-Wan Kenobi. There's a couple like.
Maybe. There we go. Oh. Okay.
It was like a tiny sneak preview. It was very, very small. Anyways, if you're a Star Wars fan, you don't want to miss the big reveal that we almost just did. But anyway, Becky Worley testing out the hoodie. Is it $1,400? Is it $800? Is it $35 from Uniqlo? All that. And the CMA nominations coming out later today. There's Kajana. And this gal right here is doing pop news currently. So,
I think he's here tomorrow night.
Is it really?
can you tell who that is? That's Demi Lovato.
This is me. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be.
I'm so jealous. Can you imagine singing with her in the car? Anyway, for now, I'm going to hop off of Periscope, you guys. Thanks for joining us. And don't miss Becky's segment coming up on GMA.